Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. So, we're going to be talking about why the first year of marriage is hard. So you see, so many newly wedded couples, they find themselves into this sooner than they expect because the first year of marriage is filled with joy, new expectation, and of course, challenges. So, if you're wondering why the first year of marriage can be so hard, stick around because I wish I saw a video like this 16 years ago when I got married. So I'm going to be sharing a lot in this channel, in this particular, video that can help you understand the first year of marriage. First step is this transitioning point. Yes, because let us be real, the first year of marriage is often romanticized, it's full with romance. We see the wedding that your long-term girlfriend or your guy just proposed, and you cannot wait to be with them. And apart from the wedding, you already plan, okay, here's what we're going to be doing our honeymoon, and we assume everything is going to be going on smooth. Like, I don't think anybody can go into a marriage with the mindset that that marriage is going to fail, unless maybe you are doing a contract wedding. If it is not a contract wedding, I don't think anyone in their right set of mind will go into marriage and expect it to fail. We all go into the marriage and we want it to work out for us. But the reality is that the first year of marriage is huge. It's a big period of adjustment. You are binding two lives together, two personalities, and often two different expectations. Because my expectation and my husband's expectation is not the same, you know. But I know that the both of you are looking for all shade of good. But in the cost of binding that character together, a lot of things unfold themselves. Now, the truth of the matter is, you feel you know someone you're dating. Oh, I know them. They cannot do that kind of thing to me. They are loving, they are sweet, they are angel. But once the both of you get married, you beginning to see different characters you're not seeing initially. These characters are coming because the both of you are now living together. When the both of you are dating, it is usually the dovey, lovey things, I love you, you're so sweet, because you're trying to like win the heart of your partner. But right now that the both of you are married, it's as if all the stress, all those things, everything you're looking for, you've gotten it. So you're a bit relaxed. Then you now come and start seeing different character you never knew is in your man. You will start seeing it unfolding. At that particular point, a lot of spouses will beginning to feel, oh, my spouse have been pretending all this while. Immediately I married her, she changed. She just show you who she really is. That is her personality. Remember that the both of you are the two imperfect people coming towards perfection. You don't know it all. When you're married, you're beginning to see the wrongs in your partner. That brings us to step 2. Now you need to discuss things with your spouse. Don't just assume. I remember when I got married newly, there are some characters I was unfolding because I got married early. All right. There are some characters I was unfolding, and my husband was finding it funny. He was like, "Oh my goodness, why are you doing like this? Why behaving like this?" And I remember always telling my husband, I said, "Please, any character you see me unfolding, this is me. I'm not listening to anybody. Nobody is influencing me. I am growing. I am growing." I'm going to be coming up with a video about that. Like, that one is some of the challenges of marrying early. All right. But I remember, we passed through a lot of challenges, different stages of that marriage before we get to where we are today. All thanks to God. So one of the biggest, challenges is managing that expectation. It can be about your finance, it can be household responsibilities, it can be personal habits. You and your spouse are likely to come together in marriage with different ideas on how things should be. For instance, maybe as the man growing up, Your mother never asked you to wash plates or help out in the kitchen. Maybe you have sisters and you will have maid that is doing all those things. And probably you've never seen your father entering the kitchen to assist your mother in any way as a man. Some men grow up with that mindset. So when they get married to their wife and their wife is telling them, "Oh, babe, please, can you please help me out in the kitchen?" It becomes a challenge because they are not used to doing these things. They are not trained to do these things. So you see them seeing you as if you are lazy as a woman. Like, why will you tell me to do something like this? This is what other women are doing. Is for the woman to do, not for the man. Do you understand? So they're beginning to see you as someone that is lazy. And it is not supposed to be like that because in your wife angle, she might have siblings that are cooking. She have brothers that are cooking. And she'll be like, what's the big deal in cooking? My brothers, they are men and they are cooking, they are helping their wives. So these things are all about like communication. Just know what your partner can do and what they cannot do. Now, you cannot say you must force him to wash plates or force him to help you with household chores. It is not possible. When you want to start forcing it, that is when you start having issue in your marriage. But just have that mindset, okay, communicate. If you feel you cannot do all the whole work and everything, you can communicate it and get a help. Your husband will be the one to pay the help. So if he's the one paying the help that is helping you in the house, doing the chores and everything, is his own way of helping you. So don't expect him to pay a help to take care of things, wash plate and all that. And you still expect him to come inside the kitchen. Like as I am right now, the last thing I can do is to expect my husband to give me a luxury breakfast in bed. You understand? But I know I understand him. I know that, okay, he cannot do this for me. But he does so many things that is bigger than giving me breakfast in bed. So whenever I see people that are giving their wives breakfast in bed, I'll be like, oh, this is so sweet. That is where it ended though. I cannot bring it into my home. So please try to understand your spouse, discuss certain things with them because that is the foundation of problems in marriage. This is where the problem will start springing up. Another hurdle is communication. You might think you know your spouse inside out, but marriage can reveal new aspect of their personality. Misunderstanding can easily happen, and small argument can quickly escalate if you're not careful. When I got married initially, I used to stay at home. Like I'm a stay-at-home mom. We made that decision after I had my child. But when I was pregnant, I was working from home. As a stay-at-home mom, I have all the time. I take care of my things myself. I try to do my work, and I'm relaxed. So when my husband comes back, then I will always start telling him, like I want to discuss everything with him. I want to tell him things that have happened and what is in my mind. I can't wait for him to come back. Let me discuss these things with him. But I found out that each time he comes back and I start bringing up these conversations, it will turn to misunderstanding. At a point, I start asking myself, why is it that whenever I talk to you, we don't agree? He said that he comes back and he's tired. That if I want to talk to him and need maximum attention, that please I should give him time to at least rest. Even if he sleeps more, I can wake him up and say, please, I need to talk to you. That it make a lot of sense than for him to come back and I'm just bringing all my problems, of my, starting to talk, he might not give me the attention I need. It took a lot of time. Like it took years for me to really get used to understanding him. So when he comes back right now, after being with him so many years, I now understand that I cannot just buck him up when he's back home. And you need to like understand your partner, know when they are in the mood to talk, know when they are settled to talk. So that is another thing. Another tip that can help you in this particular communication angle is remember to practice active listening. So don't shy away from resolving conflict. That's another tip. Don't shy away from it. If you feel your partner have done anything to you, please tackle it as it is hot. Because once you're allowing it to slip away, you're gradually turning it into malice. Before you know, hatred will start setting in. And trust me, that is not what you want for your marriage. Because in the long run, it's gonna bring a lot of problems if you don't settle conflict. In order for you to have and enjoy peaceful mind in marriage, the ability to resolve conflict as they come is very, very important. Now, the next one is influence of external relationship can actually destroy your first year of marriage. Influence from your family, your friends, even social media, like I said before, even social media. Your family and friends can tell you, oh, this is how we do it. Your husband is not giving you money like that. You should do this, you should do that. I want you to know that there is no one formula in marriage, fit it all. No formula in marriage. Just do what works for you. A lot of friends and family have destroyed so many marriages because you're picking up advices from different places. So you're not just marrying your spouse, you have to also learn to navigate with your in-laws. Balance the time between the both families, both your own people and his own people. Balancing it is very important in marriage. A lot of young ladies, they used to have the mindset of, when I get married, it's me and my husband. I don't need any of your family member in the house. Some men do that as well. I don't need any of your family member in the house. You're the one I'm marrying, and I just want to stick to you. I do not want any other person in my house. It can bring problems because you cannot just marry someone and try to cut the person off from their family. It's never possible. It is not possible. It brings a lot of problems. So these external pressures can add strain to your relationship if you are not on the same page with your partner. So that is why the both of you should do things together. If you're making any decision, let it not be by fire, by force. You must do it. Let it be something that both the man and the woman have consent. They've decided that, okay, we are going to do this for our own good, for our own sanity. Let the consent be there. So here are some tips that can help you to, set boundary earlier on, because it is crucial to establish your marriage as a primary relationship. That does not mean that you are cutting out any other person, but it means that you are prioritizing your spouse. Your spouse needs and opinion matters a lot. Yes, you can be close to your family, your friends, every other person, but your spouse still comes first. So when you know this in marriage, it will help you to go a long way in understanding that spouse of yours. That dating period and marriage is two different phases, and the transition is usually hard in the first year of marriage. The first year of marriage can also be challenging because you're still learning how to do life together. Living together is not easy. You're trying to figure out the routines. When it comes to the routine, little thing you think do not make sense can create problems in marriages, like using towels together. Some spouse do not like using it, and your husband is saying, I want to use the same towel you're using. Some men go ahead and use the same toothpaste, like toothbrush, with their wives. Not everybody can do it though. My strength no reach that level. Not be everybody can do it, but there are people that are doing it. That's why I say, do what works for you. Whatever makes you and your spouse happy, do it. Because at this time you are beginning to figure out the routines, you're creating new traditions for your family. You can pray together. You remember that a family that stays together, pray together. A family that prays together rather stays together. So you can create a routine and say, okay, every morning I'll make sure I pray with my wife, I pray with my husband before I set out to do any other thing. It's a family routine, it's a ritual, it's a tradition that the both of you have to do together. So it helps. It helps. Like, if there's any other routine you can add this to your family. It helps a lot praying together, because when you pray together, you stay together. And the next thing is that this person you just married to, you want this person to be by your side for the rest of your life. That is the mindset a lot of people use in going into marriage, right? They want it to be the rest of their life, but sometimes along the way things happen, and some people just leave the relationship. So yes, here's a little tip to help you. Okay, just be patient with each other and be patient with yourself. Patience is a virtue in marriage. I am telling you. There are a lot of stories out there, like we can go on and on to tell you how patience can really, really be virtue. A lot of people do not marry wealthy men. We didn't start like this. But with time you grow, it's all about patience. Everything cannot be perfect at the time you want it to. But just know that marriage is a journey and not a destination. It is a journey that never ends. It ends maybe whenever you both get old and one person die and like that. That's when it ends. Apart from that, it is a journey. You're not rushing to go to anywhere. So be patient. Take your time. Take it a step at a time. And please do not have third party in your marriage. Your marriage should be between God, the husband, and the wife. That is the sequence of marriage. Other than that, any other sequence, please do not follow it. Because if you start listening to people outside, receiving so many advices from different people, you may end up having great issues. You just have to block your ear, block your ears, do the right thing at the right time. Do what works for you and your family. Do not listen to any external person. Don't take your problems out unless it is a matter of life and death. Apart from that, please talk things out with your spouse. Your spouse is not your enemy. Talk things out with your spouse and then involve God alone in your marriage. Like it is only God that will be that one, that is only God that can be there for you through thick and thin. So always involve God in your doings. This is, most of the reasons why marriage fail in the first year, because it is a time of immense growth and change, you know. But the beauty is in the process. The more you pass through hurdles with your partner, the more you understand them, the more you enjoy your marriage. It is not usually easy. Any marriage, anybody you see that is enjoying their marriage today, it is hard work. It is hard work. That the person is enjoying the hard work they've invested in that marriage. And by communicating openly, setting boundaries and showing each other grace, you can turn those challenges into opportunities for a stronger and more connected marriage. I want you to remember that in building your relationship, that first year is the foundation of the lifetime together. And it takes time and effort. A lot of people have the way they manage the first year of marriage is all will tell how the other years will go. Because if you are in your first year of marriage, know that this struggle is okay. It's still a part of marriage. You are not alone. My own first year of marriage was terrible. At a point, I was thinking, God, have I made a mistake? But I thank God that came true for me. I always run to God. I always pray for my spouse, for my husband. And God has been faithful. So that is why I say it is only God you can involve in your marriage and you have peace. If you start involving external beings in your marriage, there is bound to be issues. There is bound to be issues. It is God, your husband, and your wife, nothing else. Yes, any other person can come by the side and try to advise you. It is okay to advise you. But when someone advises you, please do not forget your own sense. Do not forget your own sense of reasoning. Think about it very, very well before you decide to listen to anyone that is advising you. So that is it about this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you like this video, if you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more relationship tips. I will see you guys on my next one. Please share this video so you can help someone else out there. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and God bless.